In this video, we're going to talk about the Real Madrid v Liverpool game last night, where obviously Real Madrid came out as 5-2 winners at the end of the match.
Liverpool, as I said before, have been an absolute shambles defensively.
Yeah, obviously shipping 5 goals at home at Anfield. I believe that's the first time they've ever conceded 5. The thing is, this was with Van Dijk in the team. In the Champions League last season, obviously they got to the final against Real Madrid. They only conceded 1, now 5.
The attacking players in the front three don't have the cohesion that was there before with maybe a Firmino and a Mane, so they're new to it, Núñez and Gakpo.
Yeah, obviously it's not the same front three as it was last season. Last season they had Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota, etc. Now they brought in Núñez and Gakpo this season, 2 different attackers. For some players it takes time to settle in and adapt to a system. But they're saying that when Mo Salah came to Liverpool, he kind of hit the ground running and slotted straight in.
Liverpool are 8th in the Premier League. They've just been battered 5-2 in the Champions League. I know it's Real Madrid, but these are the 2 teams who were in the final last year. It's not acceptable what we're watching this season.
Yeah, obviously, I guess one of the main differences last season and this season is they no longer have Sadio Mane. It was obviously one of their main players, one of their best players. He obviously left to go to Bayern Munich at the start of this season. And yeah, when you compare this season and last season, it's chalk and cheese. Last season, Liverpool came second in the Premier League, but only just. Like, they were only 1 or 2 points off of Man City, I believe. This season, obviously, yeah, they're mid-table at the moment and being battered in the UCL, whereas obviously, yeah, last season they managed to go all the way to the final.
Virgil van Dijk said I wouldn't get in that back four about 2 months ago. I think I'd take his place at the moment.
There you could see Jamie Carragher really not holding back. Very savage. To be honest, Van Dijk's obviously been once again one of their main players at Liverpool, and yet Carragher low-key roasting him there. Kind of harsh, but I guess maybe that's his emotions getting the better of him.
And I saw a fragile team, more than fragile. I'll tell you why. You were 2-0 up. That's exactly the start that you would like to have against a Madrid team, against any team in Europe at Anfield. And they couldn't even keep that. Yes, Alisson Becker made a mistake, but they didn't bail him out. Thibaut Courtois makes a mistake. That's a big team. They bailed him out.
Both goalkeepers made errors, Alisson and Courtois. But yeah, obviously what Thierry was saying is true. Courtois' team helped him a lot. Even though they were 2-0 down, they fought for him and they came back to win 5-2. Whereas with Alisson's team, they bottled it. To be honest, they capitulated 2-0 up. Then they concede 5 goals without responding to any. It's a bit of a capitulation at home as well to make matters worse.
When I see a guy like Luka Modric at his age getting that ball and just bursting through the midfield like they were not there and passing the ball to Vinicius Junior to Benzema and toying with the goalkeeper, I just think that is not good enough.
Yeah, to be fair, someone like Luka Modric, I think he's aged like a fine wine. The guy's 37 years of age and yet he's playing like he's 25. He had so much energy when he just ran through the midfield at Anfield that led to, I believe, Real Madrid's 4th or 5th goal, one of the ones that Benzema scored. But it is kind of mad that someone of that age is just easily waltzing through.
But they keep making mistakes. We've got Vinicius, one of the best players in the world, and he's got so much time and space.
When you have someone of that quality as well as Benzema, Modric, etc., when you give these players the time and space on the ball, obviously they have more than enough quality to punish you. And we saw that last night, obviously.
As Thierry said, this team's come to an end. Jurgen Klopp built a team when he first came in, when that team was 7th or 8th in the Premier League. And what we saw for the next sort of 4 or 5 years was amazing. He needs to be allowed to do that again. Because I think that's a line in the sand. When you lose 5-2 at home in the Champions League, that is almost, no, this has to stop. We have to start again.
I guess Carragher's saying it's going full circle because when Klopp came in, they finished 8th that season. And then now they're 8th in the Premier League again. So it's sort of like that team that we've seen for the past 4.5 years is no longer the same. It's kind of finished.
Second half, you're attacking the Kop on a European night. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. No energy, no goal-mouth scrambles, there was nothing there. It just looked broken to me.
Yeah, obviously in that second half, Real Madrid came flying out of the blocks, whereas Liverpool, I don't know, you could see they were rattled when Real scored the 3rd goal to make it 3-2. Then Benzema scored soon after. It was just like all of a sudden to go from being 2-0 up to 4-2, that kind of shook Liverpool. And after that, yeah, there wasn't much attacking threat from them. I mean, they had the odd chance here and there, but Real in that second half were just dominant.
You've got to remember where this Liverpool team have been. They were in the Champions League final last season. And if we're being totally honest, they were massive favourites against Real Madrid. They lost it, okay? But to then see the gulf today at Anfield from sort of 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was obviously poor. I wouldn't say they were necessarily favourites last season. Obviously, they were going for the quadruple. They were really good last season, obviously, but Real in that Champions League were doing comeback after comeback. You couldn't really write them off either. It was either team on the day could win it. Obviously, and also the fact that when they came up against each other in 2018, the fact that Real Madrid beat them then, you would think they're in with a chance again. Obviously, they didn't have Ronaldo, but Benzema last season and this season in the UCL has been mad. But yeah, it's kind of peak when you compare. Like I said, last season they lose by a slight margin, 1-0. Now 5-2. The difference is huge.